All right, so I'm here with my dog Susitna, and I want to use him as an example. Go to your place. As an example of how, if you have any dog, but especially if you have a powerful, dominant type of breed like he is, you should have full, undeniable control of their mouth and zero issues related to resources. And if you do, you should start working on it, okay? And there's a couple levels at how you address this. Number one, you get your dog used to handling. You get your dog trusting in your leadership and intervention and feeling that items you give them, everything from food to toys to spaces that you share, are theirs on loan by you so that they do not have this over sense of responsibility towards it. Status and feeling of too much agenda and too much responsibility for something that a dog cannot handle that ownership over is why so many dogs get into problems with behaviors, overreactions to life, and of course, resource issues. So that's step one. Step two, when they're a puppy, you want to get them used to being handled and touched and taking away items when they're young, when they have less of an agenda towards this, because as a dog gets older and more mature, they're going to care more about this if the issue is lingering as a puppy. So you take the dog thing away, whatever they're doing, you handle them when they're eating their food. They learn that if they let you take it away, they get rewarded or it comes back, blah, blah, blah. And most people do this with puppies. Then we teach the next level, which is drop it and get it command so that you have full control of the actual resources. So he's vigorously getting into his toy, but if I approach him and tell him, drop it, it should stop. That's it until otherwise told. I taught him this. Then if I tell him, get it. Want to get it? Okay, he can have it again, right? So for him, he learns that I ultimately can control the possessions because he trusts that he's going to get it. Nothing's going to be denied for this dog. He has the best life, and he has to see that without feeling responsible for everything that I provide for him. Okay, the other level of this is just getting him used to, kind of like a puppy, but into adulthood, trust in when your hand goes into the mouth, those teeth do not want to even scrape you. And that is why I discourage little puppies from mouthing. And although they're just teething, they're not biting too hard. All it does is make your dog comfortable putting their mouth and teeth on your skin, which could in many cases lead to another issue. So why not, when they're a puppy, just discourage that. Redirect it. Don't let it happen and get them used to, when it does, that there's going to be a correction, or if they don't do it, they're going to get rewarded. That goes so far into adulthood. And here's my case in point. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. So if he's chewing and I stick my hand in there, he doesn't want to even mess with it. I'm not saying a command, it's just an implied thing. Oh, clean your eyeball. Good boy. And then, okay, then he can have it. But that's what he does. He trusts, and he also doesn't want to hurt me. He knows what his mouth can do. He doesn't want to use it in that way, right? If I go in there, I put my hand in there, he's just like, no way, dude. Because I've taught him, and there's also just the inclination that if he loves me and respects me by the relationship I've developed with him, putting his mouth on me just doesn't make sense. You have to see that if your dog is doing certain things or certain behaviors in your presence, it's not only just something you have to train into them as far as a better behavior. They have to see a type of relationship that would make a lot of times the right behaviors happen in the first place. So a little long-winded, but I did want to just articulate all this on the fly while I have my guy chewing here, and just to see in real time how I do this with my own dogs.